Episode 304, Citigroup Retraining its Staff in AI.
The primitive forms of artificial intelligence we already have proved very useful.
AI is a golden opportunity.
How do we ensure that this technology is regulated?
The long arc of technological history is now in an extraordinary new phase.
The AI 6 podcast with Joanne Sweeney.
Citigroup is training 175,000 employees across 80 locations in AI prompt skills. This isn't an optional or nice-to-have training. In fact, it's mandatory. It's reported as one of the biggest corporate AI reskilling programs in banking so far, and it signals something big. The window for optional AI literacy has closed. Hello and welcome back to AI 6, the podcast that helps you become more AI literate, fluent and competent. So according to Fortune, the training used by Citigroup is an adaptive learning platform that adjusts based on what you already know. Roughly 10 minutes if you're familiar with AI, around 30 minutes if you're a beginner. Citi had about 229,000 employees when this launched, which means roughly 3/4 of the global workforce are being required to show they can work effectively with AI tools. Citi's leaders keep framing AI as a co-pilot, not a replacement. The training is explicitly designed to remove the sense of intimidation and help employees see AI as a tool they control. CEO Jane Fraser has said this is about giving people agency, helping them reinvent themselves with AI before the technology changes their roles for them. We all know that AI can boost productivity, support decisions, and strip out repetitive work. But when you pair the story of what's happening with Citibank and then on headcount in other organisations, it becomes more complicated. Marketing Interactive and Fortune report that Citigroup plans to cut about 20,000 roles by the end of 2026, bringing the workforce down to roughly 180,000 people. In January alone, around 1,000 roles were eliminated as part of that ongoing restructuring. So yes, they're training 175,000 employees in AI, and they're also cutting jobs. And these two moves are happening at the same time, not in isolation. And Citibank isn't alone. I have covered job losses and a culling of employees many times on this podcast. And of course, there could be other underlying factors and not simply related to AI productivity and AI going to the bottom line. Citigroup itself says these cuts are driven by simplification and efficiency gains from technology, automation and new digital capabilities, and not just individual performance. In other words, AI and automation are doing what they're supposed to do, make some roles unnecessary. And that's the efficiency dividend companies are chasing, which is why reskilling is important. It's not a perk. Maybe it's about survival and holding on to your role. So why invest in reskilling at all? Well, Fortune reports that around 50% of new job openings at Citi are filled by existing employees. Internal mobility isn't just good PR for the company, it's cheaper than hiring from scratch. If you can retrain someone who already understands the systems, the culture, the clients, then that's a strategic advantage. It just makes business sense. Citi has identified thousands of employees for upskilling and reskilling, with large numbers already enrolled in learning programs. And this is good workforce planning. If you can show you're adaptable, you have a path. If you can't, you're far more exposed in any restructuring plans. So, more broadly, what does it signal? Well, Citigroup's approach looks like a blueprint for large-scale AI adoption. The AI training mandate came from senior technology and operations leaders and not just HR, which tells you that AI literacy is now treated as a core competency right across the organisation. And the message is simple, and this is a message that weaves through many of my podcast episodes. AI isn't a side project. It's not optional if we decide to lean in and learn it. It is an enterprise-wide competency across all seniority levels, across all business functions, and it will become mandatory. So, ask yourself the question, what is my AI ambition this year? Because in the answer, you might also answer the question around your career ambition. That's it for today's show. If you're ready to turn these insights into skills, here's how I can help. Get your copy of my book, AI Playbook, on Amazon. It's the perfect companion to the show. For weekly AI strategies, subscribe to my newsletter, Human in the Loop, on LinkedIn. Or if you want to take the next big step, you can take our CPD accredited professional diploma in AI. Maybe you need something more tailored for your organisation. You can book a call in my calendar at digitaltraining.ie, or if you work in government or public sector, go over to publicsectormarketingpros.com. If you found this episode useful, please share it with a pro that you know, and I'd love to read your comments on Spotify. And if you can, take a second to like, rate, or subscribe wherever you listen. It really helps the show. This is AI6. I'll talk to you on the next episode.